Welcome back, Tomb fans. We're back for our second episode here of our 10-player Tomb of Horror tournament, where our 10 brave adventurers are 24 seconds into exploring the tomb, all of which are still alive for the moment. If you remember last week, they discovered the tomb and began and found a couple of false fronts on the hillside, one of which was cleared away, revealing a corridor leading back to a pair of carved double doors, carved oak relief doors. And our fearless dwarves of the party were able to ascertain that the stonework of the ceiling was unstable and that perhaps was in risk of collapsing. No one has entered the tunnel. We've just signed some lights in hesitantly before we took and broke last week. So we anxiously await what faces our brave and stalwart heroes this week. We will do just a quick introduction around the table again to remind everybody of who's here and who they are playing. And we will begin with Jeff, who is playing Talia and Pippi.
Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm playing Talia, a paladin of Sarenrae, and Pippi, her trusty gnome cleric of Sarenrae cohort.
Great.
My name's Derek. I'll be playing the enigmatic Tim.
My name is Fred, and I have a familiar with me who goes by Ginger, and we'll be playing a wizard and his familiar.
Next we have Joe playing the stalwart dwarf Hammeraxe.
Yes, I am Joseph Snyder playing Hammeraxe, Dwarven Fighter.
This is Ian. I'm playing Delanid, the Orc Warrior.
I am Sean. I am playing Clobber, the Dwarven Monk.
Next we have Brad playing the elf Tregul.
Sorry about that, I had my mic muted. I'm Brad playing Tregul, the Elven Ranger and friend of sheep.
And I'm Ziggy. I am an elf wizard, and in my pocket you might see my trusty
I don't want to see
companion,
what's in your pocket.
Skitters. Oh, by the way, I'm 3 foot tall, so that's important for an elf to make that distinction.
Well, looking up to the 3-foot elf is Todd Palmer playing Lucky, the halfling. Well, not a rogue, but a paladin.
My name is Lauren. I'm playing Thordy, who is the monk that isn't Clobber and is taller than both Lucky and Ziggy.
And I, of course, am Aaron, your fearless GM. And off mic here, we've got Desna, my faithful Rottweiler, who was very opinionated tonight. So we may be hearing a bit from her, unfortunately. But I try to be a good spirit. Yeah, we're disagreeing right now. Yes. Anyhow, we get back to the action here. I'm going to go ahead and get up our turn order. To review last week, we're just staying in initiative order the entire time that we are playing to simplify this 10-player game. And we really see no reason of this not to do this because the Tomb of Horrors is a gigantic, dangerous dungeon crawl. So we left off last week, 24 seconds into our explorations, as Tregul was peering in with his companions into the opening. And I have a picture for the party just to help them remember. We had a pair of double doors that are at the far end of the corridor, and they are made of finely carved oak.
Well, and if I remember right, our ceiling is basically held up by a bunch of spider webs.
There are a bunch of spider webs, and there are fitted block together, but with the expert analysis of Clobber and Hammeraxe are both saying that the fitted block is loose and in danger of coming down.
Well, I think we should just burn the spider silk and see what happens.
That's not a bad idea at all. I'm going to leave you guys to explore this one. I think this is a sound place for dwarves and orcs, and Tragul is going to start moving over to our other entrance because I really don't see an incredibly powerful magic user having even nice oaken doors, but having oaken doors. So I'm going to start moving.
I turn to Hammeraxe, and I think this one is a bit of a coward, yes?
And I say, absolutely, coward, running away.
Tragul, you can help my unseen servant with the other door.
Sounds good. I'll direct him on what to do.
And if you remember, the other door was located all the way down back here. Almost 100 feet further around the hillside. Okay.
I'm done.
Thank you very much, sir. We're on to the nefarious Ziggy.
So I believe, if I'm remembering correctly from the last time we were together, someone was actually performing augury to try and decipher if this entrance or the other entrance was better to go through. So if that is indeed the case, then I am going to drop out of, I'm going to delay until that is finished.
That is correct.
There's about 6 more rounds left.
Fred has been chanting for several seconds, and the indication is he's going to be doing that for a while. Fred, you are chanting. I believe, according to rules, you may move about if you'd like.
It's not me, actually. It's the little
that's
girl
right.
on my...
I forgot about that. Your pocket is chanting.
Yep. I will, however, move down towards Tragul.
Yes, come join me.
I'll say to the others, yes, it will be a bit still before an answer is reached, but there will be an answer that may help, so we should wait just a bit.
Oh, send the dwarves in, it's fine.
Dwarves aren't stupid enough to go in that tunnel.
I mean, there is some strange markings on this door. Does anyone know what they mean?
Probably says watch out for spiders.
Well, there's a giant ant right behind me, so...
I think we must bring the magic user back, because they look arcane to me. We'll put him in front of the door so he can look at it.
Would there be a knowledge check that I could do?
For which now?
To try and decipher the symbols above the door?
Yeah, you can make a knowledge arcana check.
Okay, and I will hop back into order and do so.
Thordy knew this. The wise dwarf.
Let's see. Oh, 1d20 plus.
You are fairly certain that it is nonsense. It's not real arcane script.
This is not a magical script, fellas. There may be something else to it, but I'm fairly certain it's not of magical means. This being a tomb for a magic user of such rapport, perhaps this is not the entrance to the tomb that we think it is. It may just be a trap. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and move.
Who's got a torch?
Cowards, come join me.
So this Ziggy determined that it's is completely nonsense, or he just didn't recognize it as arcane.
I mean, as far as we're concerned, he said it's nonsense and was walking away. So that's
All right.
I think that's about all we get.
Okie dokie.
Yep, that's about all you get. I am trying to get your answer to you, Talia.
Thanks.
No problem. I just wanted to let you know I did see it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. With that, I am slowly kind of walking over and keeping an eye on the dwarves and everybody who's over by the supposed entrance, in case, angry spiders or something comes out. So just take a single move action over there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, yeah. That's my turn. That's it.
Okay. Very good. And now it goes up to Lucky, who I believe was previously waiting for Fred's friend to finish casting the spell.
Oh, yep. Yep, sorry, if we've determined that this is not the entrance, I just kind of back away because I don't know.
You haven't necessarily determined it's not the entrance. You determined that the roof is dangerous.
Oh,
and the roof is unstable and dangerous of collapsing in this hallway.
Ooh, that sounds not cool. I'm going to let somebody braver and wiser than I launch themselves forward, and I will cover the rear. As does Trey Ghoul, I understand.
Lucky, come join the cowards.
So why would somebody braver and wiser than you go forward?
It doesn't take much. It probably a sheep would do.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a torch?
You could just throw some rocks down there and see and trigger it that way.
Yep. I do not have a torch. Weird.
But there's lots of rocks on the ground.
I do not need a torch.
Toss a rock.
Toss a dwarf.
Ginger continues chanting, and it is Delanid's turn.
Tossing a rock sounds like a great idea to Delanid, so he's going to reach down to some of the rubble that they just cleared away and throw it into the spider.
Like you're throwing it like baseball pitch style up into the spider webs?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Maybe more like two-handed basketball, underarmed.
Go ahead.
No, it's got to be one-handed because I'm holding a weapon.
Go ahead and make a ranged attack roll.
That's a thing that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I think most people are capable of attempting them.
Right. 9, 10, 11.
You have the honor of rolling the first attack of the game.
I prepared to dodge flying rock.
Okay. You baseball pitch that sucker in there. Do you have a strength modifier?
I have a strength modifier of 5.
You have a strength modifier of 5, huh? That is...
Look at those rippling biceps.
That's 5 more than I have.
Okay. You give it a big O pitch, and the web shutter, the brick shutters, and then a large portion of the ceiling around the door collapses.
Uh-oh, boss. I think this tunnel just pooped.
Now you can still see the doors, but that 20-foot by 20-foot area is waist deep in rubble now.
Well, it's safe to go in now.
And then I guess you would be able to move if you'd like, Delanid.
I think I'm going to stay where I am for now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Start flexing a little bit.
Mr. Hammerax.
I am beginning to believe that we are never going in here.
Well, unlike everyone else, I put my gear away and I move in. I haven't met a dwarf that's afraid of being in dirt yet. So I move 20 feet into this area.
Okay.
Go get him, Hammer Axe. We're with you.
Well done.
And I will do a perception check.
Sure. I'll go ahead and do that for you.
Okay.
Hey, don't do that!
I believe I just heard some spirits telling you not to do that.
Really?
Hashtag ham.
Sorry. That should have triggered a macro, but it didn't.
I thought we were all just about to get, ham.
Oh, that's because I made his. It's supposed to. I was supposed to be typing hashtag Dre. You confused me because he changed his name to Hammer Axe, but that's okay. You look all about Mr. Drengnan, and you do not see anything else out of the ordinary. You don't see any more unstable stonework. Like I said, there's the doors down there. The rubble in front of you is waist deep now, so that's going to be difficult terrain, and you're pretty sure with your dwarven engineering ingenuity that if you want to try to get those doors open, and they do appear to open towards you, you're going to have to clear a significant amount of rubble to make that attempt.
Well, I will start doing that. I will, I guess, double move, but difficult terrain lets me move 2 spots. And I will use my crowbar that's stowed away, and I will start clearing more rubble in front of the door.
Well, you can draw your crowbar if you have it like on your belt or something as you move in there. But I believe that was a double move, was it not?
I will do that from here.
Okay.
And Joe, I think you had your crowbar out earlier because you were digging through the tunnel, through the initial scree with it, so he wouldn't have had to draw it.
Well, I was letting him draw it free as a part of a move action.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you
Okay.
begin clearing away some rubble.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to because of where you're standing, Clobber. Until you move at least a space to the right, you won't be able to see him because of line of sight.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Well, let's see here. And, Talia, you should let me keep up. There you go. She'll take a single move, and then she wants to, Pippi wants to just perceptify these bushes over here.
Okay. We can roll that. Pippi takes a look all through the bushes, and she doesn't really find much of interest. It's just a normal bush. There's nothing nefarious about it.
It's not a shambling mound.
It's not a shambling mound. You found that out right away once you look through it. No, I think it's pretty safe.
Done.
Thank you. Tim, the average guy.
Yeah, Tim has been watching as things play out. He kind of crouches down and puts a cigarette to his mouth, lights it, takes a long drag, and blows it out. Squints his eyes. I'm done.
Not even a smoke ring out of it, you know?
I'm going to go back to Cool Hand Luke.
Okay.
Yeah, he pops a hard-boiled egg in his mouth and...
Perfect.
Alright, Clobber is going to attempt to move in tunnel. Let's see. I'll get there and start clearing rubble with hammer axe.
Very good.
So I have my move, and then I have at least one action of clearing.
Very good. We are to Mr. Thordy.
Thordy briefly considers throwing Tim over his shoulder and dragging him into the dungeon. Thinks the better of it, and will join his dwarven brethren in clearing material. As he walks in, he will once again reevaluate the structural integrity of the ceiling, the floors, the walls, see if anything's changed other than a bunch of stuff falling down.
Okay. Very good.
And I'm done. I'll have another half move of clearing as Clobber did.
So, Thordy, you can see from here that the stone around the wooden doors is continuous. You are fairly certain that either the opening behind the doors is smaller than the doors themselves, or there is no opening at all behind the doors. You can also see that there appears to be some sort of very fine mechanism disguised in the mortar, which is running to the ceiling.
So this would be a trap. I will inform all those within earshot. I believe that the doors were trapped to fall. There may be no opening here at all. Would you concur, my brothers?
Yeah, I just look at my dwarven brothers here, and I'm like, ugh. Just when I thought I could get back in the dirt.
Where's the mechanism, dwarves?
I will point it out. Hammerax, it is a mechanism that runs across the side and down the side of the door.
Yeah, he points toward the top of the door up on like the upper left-hand corner, where the door meets an area of grout in the brick wall, and he can see actually a rather thick cable. But like I said, it's laid into the grout groove, so it's less conspicuous, and it runs all the way up into the ceiling, or where the ceiling once was. There's too many webs to see clearly where it leads, though. Still, even after, because now it went from webs being like crisscross lattice to now webs hanging everywhere.
So, looking into the darkness, I believe that the rest of the ceiling is safe. However, correct?
From what you can see, yes.
Okay. Perhaps we should exit this place and wait for the augury to finish.
I agree to at least exit the place, and I'm going to head towards digging site.
The elf Tregul.
Tregul is going to keep moving towards this other door, and that will be a double move for me. And I'll just take a look and see if it looks like I'll be able to start digging out of there too. So, yep, that's it.
It does look like you're going to be able to dig out of there soon.
So I'll start yelling, dwarves, orcs, we need some more manual laborers down here.
So go hire someone.
Yes. Use your back. Silly to elf.
Ziggy.
Yeah, so I am going to double move 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, and get to here.
Okay. Very good.
So how much process or how much work has my unseen servant been able to do on that wall?
It has cleared. It has been around, I believe so. And was it digging on the far left side or the far right side?
Where Tragul is.
Okay. It is cleared approximately that much.
Alright. Well, I had trouble for whatever reason seeing what everyone was talking about over here, so I'm gonna fly, like, up over these trees, and I'm just gonna look down and be like, oh, so that's what they were talking about.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll do a perception just to make sure, and just for the thing.
Yeah, we can do that. You gaze about, in the area they're digging, and now you can clearly see the outline. Absolutely.
And the dragon as well.
Yeah, and you can clearly see the dragon. You can see that the dragon skeleton is very old, and that the immediate dirt around it remains infertile. And again, if we remember correctly, Zordlan Ziggy, he figured out that it was a black dragon, and the acid likely tainted the ground for decades. So, and again, get onto the Talia.
Okay. Talia will just run to there.
Very good. Run, Talia, run. Lucky.
Oh. Just my short little leg. Sorry. My short little legs don't get very far very fast. Are we giving up on this little tunnel here? We've decided that that's a dead end, and we're going toward the other the dragon. Then
That's
I don't
up
want
to you.
Well,
I believe, yes, we have determined that this is potentially a non-entrance, merely a trap.
all right. That's kind of what I was gathering. So, all right. I am just going to simply move.
Run, you fool, run!
One does not simply move.
I am bravely charging in a different direction. Toward
Chance
the
to dream. Yes.
Yeah. I would sing a jaunty tune while I'm going, but I don't know any. So there,
You'll
I'm
be
done.
out of breath.
Yes. So there I am. I'm done. Wait, I can move some. Get it completely away from people. I'm done. That's good enough.
Dwarven soldiers cross the hill, baroom, baroom.
Ginger continues chanting in Fred's pocket, and it is now time for the brave orc Delanid.
So, question. From this vantage, about how tall would I estimate the doors to be?
The doors are probably 7 foot in height.
All right.
Pretty
So
standard door height, but then if you see that casement above goes another 2 feet. It's pretty fancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the entire hallway is 10 feet tall.
Okay. So, Delanid is going to look at the rocks on the ground, then look at the dwarf collection, then look at the door. Back to the rocks, back to the dwarves, back to the door, pick up a rock, and throw it at the trap mechanism.
Throw it at the what?
Trap mechanism.
Oh, okay. Make an attack roll. Okay. You give that a big toss, and you strike it firmly, and you can see the cable actually trap and move. And there's some click high above the webs where you can't see, and absolutely nothing happens.
See, it was nothing.
Please tell me that Clobber saw him do that.
Yeah, me too. Thordy wants to see it too.
Yeah, I mean, all you three dwarves see that.
Now let's move on to the next tunnel.
Let's move on to digging your grave.
This was the half-orc that did this?
Yep.
I look him square in the eyes and I say, if that happens again, there will be issues between us.
And I'll take a move away.
Tim puffs another long cigarette drag out and squints at Thordy, marking him carefully.
Are we sure that's just tobacco?
Probably sour leaf.
Sour leaf.
And I say in Dwarven to my brethren quietly, we must watch the half-orc. He has our deaths in mind.
Guys, we're far enough away.
Agreed. We must kill him.
So just to mark this down, that was Delanid.
Not that we're keeping score, but
I think it will suffice that he not travel behind us.
Oh wait, I am keeping score.
The joys of being able to PvP.
You've heard of the ever-smoking bottle. Tim has the cool variant. Anyway, it is Dregnan's turn.
Since pretty much the trap didn't go off, and everyone's kind of making us the butt of their jokes, I'm gonna use the crowbar on these doors here.
Okay. You pry and push and make a strength check.
Thordy rubs his temples. Oh God.
And I'm assuming you moved the 20 feet up to the door to do that, right? Like so. Okay. Yeah, you don't successfully open the door because there's still too much rubble in front of it, but you're able to pry the top, the upper part of the door back far enough to see that there is a blank wall behind these doors. And though they would physically open, they open onto nothing that you can see.
I will confirm that with the rest of my diggers here and tell them that we're done. And my next turn, I'll move out of here.
I'm assuming Pippi is about to do what she always does, and that's run after Talia.
Yes, that's right. I'm just gonna run after Talia. And that's where she gets. Done.
Tim. How's that cigarette doing, buddy?
Tim stands up, stretches a little bit, flicks the cigarette, walks.
Burns a sheep.
Next
Starts
to
a forest fire.
Walks up next to Delanid, and they continue. And we'll continue with them towards the other door.
Okay. Clobber.
I love the sheep.
All right. Well, might as well go check out the other one. So that's 15. $50. Double move.
Okay.
And I keep an eye behind me, make sure Delanid here doesn't do anything.
Very good.
Attack of opportunity! No, I'm just wondering.
On a monk?
Drover Dan shouts out, "So you all still paying me, or can I go home now?"
Wait, who's paying him?
I am.
All right, it is Thordy's turn.
I'll too catch up with those that are leaving, double moving. Oh, I need to be able to see what I'm doing here. Right to this point.
Very good. You move up and join your friends of the cadre of dwarves abandoning the first tunnel.
Well, friends, yeah, maybe not so much.
It's hard to tell at this point, isn't it? Trey Ghoul, you're staring in the tunnel here a bit.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to get my hands dirty. So for one action, I will reach in and pull one stone off and put it to my side. And for my second action, I'll reach and take a second stone, dwarves, and put it on by my side and say, "Dwarves, orcs, we're still waiting."
I'm just surprised that he didn't immediately get the dainty wipe out of his backpack and wipe his hands.
I'm wearing gloves. It's okay.
Oh, then you would have washed the gloves. I think a head is out of place.
I'm waiting for the unseen servant to do that for me.
Right. Ziggy.
So I'd like to do a perception.
What are you looking over specifically? The openings?
Ziggy is just fascinated by these dragon bones and just wants to take a closer look at
Oh, we're
them.
looking that way. Okay. Okay. You gaze upon the dragon, and you don't detect anything out of the ordinary.
Okie doke. I'm gonna sit tight.
Hey, grab that scapula. It might be good for a shield.
Fred, your unseen servant has removed more dirt, and uncovered more of the passage.
All right.
Now Trey Ghoul actually has a fairly good view down a rather long hallway.
You guys are welcome. Those 2 stones were worth it.
With your keen elven sight, you can see quite a ways.
Tell us, what do your elven eyes see?
I see a really long tunnel with some fabulous-looking stonework at the far end, and what appears to be possibly a trail of blood wandering through it.
Those are actually flagstones.
Or perhaps they're flagstones.
Yeah, so I've got some things to show you.
I seem to have forgotten my herder. Let me be right back.
Sounds like he wants to be paid.
And I will fly run over to...
Very good.
I say, Dan, I need you to move the animals down a ways, and then you will get your money, and you can be out of this place. After helping me get them inside, of course.
So, brilliant colors are everywhere as Trey Ghoul peers down the hallway with his keen elven sight. Pigments painted on the stone are undimmed by the passage of decades. The floor is a colorful mosaic featuring a distinct winding path of red tiles forming a 2-foot wide meandering trail south down the corridor. A few chips and gaps reveal that cement or plaster covers the underlying stonework of the corridor, and it mostly provides a smooth surface for the many illustrated scenes.
I will yell out that describing the scenes I'm seeing, and it's beautiful!
Yeah, those jackals are holding a trap.
No, I'm sure it's not. Dwarves!
And now he wants the dwarves. Interesting.
These bones are quite old. Let's see what they're made of, Pippi. And Talia will walk up to there and investigate the bones as well. With a perceptification.
Okay. No problem. Okay, so
you find a red herring.
You do? You know, it's either a red herring or a MacGuffin, to be honest with you. I mean, could it be anything else?
Could be a skeletal black dragon that comes to life and tries to kill us all.
It could be. That would be exciting.
Don't give the GM ideas.
I like playing hippy-dippy storytelling games where all I have to do is nod my head and say yes to that. So, you look over the bones, but you're not really getting anything more than Ziggy is out of it. They just look like old dragon bones, and for some reason, nothing will grow around it.
Great.
Hey, Tragul, to answer your question clearly, because I don't think I did, what looks like a trail of blood here is actually a red cobblestone path that zigzags and winds down the hall.
I'm sure that's the safe path.
Oh, sorry. My turn
Or
is.
isn't.
My turn is.
Throw your familiar down
done.
there.
Your turn is done?
Yeah, because the perception check is a standard, right?
Yes.
Oh, so you moved in person.
I moved and perceptified.
Okay. No problem. Okay. It is now Lucky's turn.
Well, Lucky hates to be left out of anything, but now he's got a decision. He's got some bones and a tunnel. Bone tunnel. Oh, I'm just going to move up to the bones, I guess. So I'm going to double move up to there. Oops, I didn't. Sorry. How do I?
Okay.
Try to snap it.
Are you're on a the measuring tool? You gotta go to the arrow.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
What do I need?
Just click on the arrow, and then you'll be able to drag yourself over.
All right. Boom.
Wrong tool.
There
Very
we
good.
Well, good to know. I can snap and let go and not move. Okay.
Right.
Do I see anything? I mean, I double move, so I can't percept.
Right. Double moving up to that point, you don't really see anything new. You can see the entrance is opening on the side, and there is a tunnel before, and Tragul standing in front of it.
Oh, there's a tunnel. Cool.
Yeah, there's definitely...
Yes.
There is absolutely a tunnel right here. Whoops. Here we go. There is absolutely a tunnel right here, folks. No doubt about it.
Oh, okay. See Trey Gould.
I've opened this up. It's looking pretty good.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming as fast as my stubby little legs will go.
And as far as any of us know, you opened it by yourself.
Yes.
Yes, as far as anybody else is concerned.
Look at the dirt on my gloves.
There is still chanting. There is still chanting going on in Fred's pocket. And it is Delanon's turn.
We are going to delay until just after
The dwarves do all the work.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that, Ian?
Yes, we are. We're going to delay until just after Tim.
Very good. Thank you.
Well, seeing how I cleared this area and got everyone to confirm it was useless, then you bastards leave me here. I'm gonna Alright, I'm gonna kick that sheep that I'm standing by.
Hey, that was my favorite sheep.
You'll find another favorite.
And I'll just double move, and that's my turn.
Pippi.
Talia, those are just some stupid bones. Let's go to the tunnel. That's more exciting. And she's gonna double move to the backside of the bones. Right.
This would be a great time for them to animate, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this would be an excellent time for them to animate. Unfortunately, they're not going to, so it's fine.
Nervous laughter. Tim.
Tim looks back at the dwarves. Looks at Delanid. Walks forward.
Has Tim said a word? Or is he just like smoked and stared at people?
Pretty much just smoked and stared at people.
It's Tim the Goth.
I'd like to say he's the strong silent type, but I'm not so sure about the strong.
Tim's the inside man that's grading you to make sure you're sticking with the program.
Then why am I wearing this collar?
Yeah.
It's a fake.
Well, that's his mission. His mission is to make sure we stick with the program.
Delanid.
Well, now we're gonna hang our axe on our shoulder and saunter up with the rest. Because we like to speak in the we.
The we.
Yeah.
I don't know why I started doing that.
He's a French half-orc.
Oui.
Right.
Oui, I believe it is Clobber's turn.
There are two of you in that half mind of yours.
He's just royalty.
Get one move there. And I'll double move to here. Oh, wait. There. So I can see in.
Yeah, you can see him pretty nicely, can't you? Again, now
Yep.
you can clearly see that there is a meandering tunnel going all the way down that hallway. It ends kind of dimly lit. I'm going to show you that handout again because I just think it bears witness. That's what you're seeing going down. It looks like there's a box sticking out of the wall there. That's an actual box sticking out of the wall above the jackals' heads. There is a carved, this whole wall is made out of plaster. It's covered in dizzyingly colorfully painted scenes. That it's clear that it's plaster, but that door that is visible on the right-hand side with the hands on it is also looks like carved plaster, and that's in 3D relief sticking out of the wall a bit.
Do I recognize any script from where I'm standing?
From where you are standing. Let's see. That's a good question, sir. You can see that in the mosaic of the floor, there are barely noticeable runes, like script, written into it. Like in the actual cobblestone mosaic of the floor, like in between the squares. But you're too far away to actually start reading it yet. It kind of starts down by that door on the wall, the side wall there.
If you can read this, you're dead.
What? Alright, well that's double move and a little bit of
I can't
reveal.
read.
Okay. It is now Authority's turn.
I look at Tim. If you are a mage, would you do me a kindness and use this wand to give me a mage armor, please? And I'll hold the wand out to him.
You offer it out towards Tim. Trayghoul.
Trayghoul is going to use perception to try and find traps. So whatever you roll, Aaron, it'll be a +1 from my rogue skill. And see if he can detect anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hashtag the real evil.
All right.
You should have named him Enigma. That'd have been fun.
Enigma. Now there's a name, Enigma.
Who's named Enigma?
That mysterious.
The Riddler.
Mr. E.
Mr. Enigma.
Give me just a second, sir.
Sure thing.
You detect a pit trap 10 foot directly in front of you. I will show you where that is in just a second. Gotta bring up my notes. My notes window closed. When you're running a game on Roll20, kids, don't forget to bring up your notes. Okay. Yes.
And I'll make sure I tell everybody where it is.
I will show you where it is on our map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is roughly right here. And you can barely see it, but you can see it.
I'm not seeing anything pop up though, Aaron.
Yeah, but you will right now. So
There we go. Okay. Yep.
Right there is a pit trap.
Okay. So then that was
barely discernible.
So that was a standard for me, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna move 5 foot in. Ah, come on. Okay, it's not letting. No, that's why. I'm gonna move 5 foot in, and then I am going to tell Clobber that I know dwarves probably don't usually read hieroglyphics, but the actual symbols around the box say dwarves only.
Ah, well, if you're taking a peek at that, I've got a closer look at that for you, Brad.
Yes, I would like to take a closer look at that.
Now, that popped up for me as well.
Yeah, that's fine. That's for
Okay.
everybody. I really can't. I mean, it's hard to just short. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
I'm being
So
I'm being a little bit of lazy GM, but it's not that lazy.
And I'm sticking with my story to tell Clobber that, hey, that box says it's for dwarves only.
Yeah, and I would like a sense motive on Trayghoul. Since somebody already tried to crush me today.
Right.
Not me, though.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I need to trust you.
I respect dwarves. It's been obvious in my actions.
I'm getting a feeling that there'll be several characters going into a pit soon.
Oh, no, I did tell everybody about the pit.
So 2 jackal-headed human figures in this painting are portrayed as if holding a bronze chest, which is real and protrudes slightly from the corridor. It's actually made of bronze. The chest is hinged on the bottom so as to allow the lid to swing down rather than up.
Aaron, can you ping on the map where that is relative to right now?
I absolutely can. I think if you took some guesses, you would be able to guess with me. But it is currently located right here.
Okay. So I can see that my fog of war has kind of moved a little bit, so I still have some movement. So I'm going to go to here, assuming I didn't find any other traps.
That's let me see. You're actively perceiving as a standard action and then moving?
Yep.
Hold on. Okay, good. Now, let me try this.
And I am +1 to whatever you roll for traps.
Oh, actually, you already did it at the start of your turn, and then you moved.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All you saw, you perceived when you were standing back here.
Yep.
And all you saw was this, and then you moved to here as your move action.
Yep.
And if you want, you can spend a move equivalent action next turn to perceive again.
Yep. Nope, that's good. That's what I want. It's just I'm still fogged of war on my square I'm at, so that's all.
Are you? You're standing in it and you're fogged of war in it?
Yeah, I'm in a black square.
You need to reboot your browser. Refresh it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He may have also accidentally teleported through a...
No, he has not.
Okay.
No.
It is Tomb of Horrors, so it was not an unreasonable suggestion. Oh, it doesn't like this.
Yeah, so I am going to move towards the tunnel area. Gosh, it's been so long already. How do I move my character using the indicator? Of steps.
So you left click on your character.
Mm-hmm.
Right click with your left click down, and then just drag yourself. And every time you want to change direction, you tap the right click.
You can also use the Q key if that's more comfortable.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay, that's 50 feet of movement. Okay.
All right, now you clearly see down the tunnel, sir.
Yes,
You can see that meandering path of red stones. That was a double move for you, right?
Well, I wanted to get here so I could see in. If I can take the rest of my double movement, I would be happy to.
Right, but you move more than your single move to reach the space, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you do saunter up, and you take a casual glance in, and you see the box. You see all the colors. You don't yet see what he's talking about with the script. You do not yet see the pit trap that Tregul may have told. Did you announce that, Tregul?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you heard him call. There was a pit trap on the floor, but you don't see where it is.
Then I will stop right there until I can spend the movement
take
perceiving.
a closer look. Yeah. Fred, your unseen servant continues to work on the tunnel entrance.
That's fine for right now. I will attempt a fly check to do a 180-degree turn because that's what I'm doing.
Okay. It would appear that you have a good bonus to that. There you go. You make a 180-degree turn on your fly check.
And then so that's 10 feet of movement, and then I will fly back. After getting confirmation from Dan that he's going to bring the animals over.
He's going to do that immediately. Yep, right after you now. He begins herding after the animals with his dogs and his stick, and he's like, "Yeah, you go, stupid goats, you stupid sheep. Make your way that way. Follow the stupid man that hired me now. Go ahead. Get on now. Yeah, sheep. Yeah, goat." And they actually make their way lazily.
Yeah. I'm not really being pushed yet, so it's alright.
Stupid sheep.
Towards the entrance here. And Dan the Drover, he follows them.
Is that your turn, Fred?
Yep, that's it.
Right. Okay. Talia is going to shrug at Pippi's suggestion. Grab the horns of the dragon, try to get them. Some of the bones.
Okay. Yeah, as a full round action, I think that you can harvest the dragon skull for sure. I mean, it is
Right, there you go.
2 hands huge, and it's got the horns on it. I mean, it's as big as your chest.
And into the handy haversack it goes.
Absolutely.
That is my turn.
I will add that to your loot, sir.
Thank you. I will use it later to achieve victory.
Yes. It's like one of those obscure early 90s video games where you're like,
Or to hold the door open should the opportunity arise.
A jar of green paste. Yes, I will take that. I don't know why, but I'm sure it'll come in handy later.
It's green
So
slime,
true.
run!
The developer put it here for a reason, damn it.
Lucky.
Okay, single. Okay, single move. Sorry, single move there.
Yes.
And now that I can see kind of in there, that purple is the pit trap.
If you want, not that you, the only person that can see that right now is Tregul.
I have explained roughly where it is.
There, okay.
Would you like to make a perception check yourself from what you can see?
Sure, that's going to be a move action though.
It will be. Yep.
All right.
You'll be done moving.
I would like. All right. I am going to just throw caution to the wind and move down to there.
Okay.
And done, I guess.
Thank you, sir. You
That's a double move, so. Yep.
Yeah, you bravely move into the tomb.
And technically, following in my footsteps is not that brave.
You now get a good look in the tomb. There is that jackal relief with the brass box with the hinged bottom here.
Okay.
There is the carved relief of the prison door with the hands on the bars here. There is all sorts of mosaic tiles. There is a red path of stone bricks going down.
Something.
Red squares. Like the red squares that zigzag down, and then there are like gray squares that are filling the rest of the area. You can see it go all the way down the hallway. The hallway probably tapers off into darkness at the end.
It's probably going to take me some, just so I don't forget for next time, probably going to take me some time, but am I able to read anything? Is there anything legible that I can figure out what it's saying, or?
Not that you can see. You'd have to spend some time looking closely.
All right.
Yeah, nothing that's readily visible.
I just look around and go, this is gibberish. Or if I spend some time, it looks like a language that I could decipher with given time.
Yes.
Okay.
Fred's pocket is still droning the incantation of a spell. Hammer axe.
I am going to move. Oops. Hold on a second.
There you are.
Yeah.
Back with the sheep and the goats.
What are you doing?
Not for long. I am right here next to Thordy. I will pull out my weapon and shoulder it as I walk through.
Hey guys, I have to go away for a minute. I'm just going to move up next to right here on my turn, okay? I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Sounds great.
If it's my turn.
Pippi.
Talia, come on! This is so exciting! Stop playing with the stupid dragon! She just walks up to her right there, and that's it.
Okay. Tim does just as he said. He moves up to right here. smoking and looking condescendingly at the rest of you.
Oh my gosh! Stop it! That's a filthy habit.
I think he starts singing.
He gives you a half-turned wry smile and looks down on you.
Yeah, that's not nice. I'm shorter than you.
Delanid.
Delanid will look down at Thordy, kind of shrug, and say, "Maybe he didn't hear you," and then walks up to join Tim while cleaning out his fingernails with his axe blade.
Okay.
Sorry,
Perhaps
that's
he
a
did
standard
not.
axe.
Clobber.
All right. Clobber is going to try to move carefully. Let's see if I can make this thing work properly. There. So there's one move action.
Okay.
And then it's going to be perception. I would like to see this trap. Is there any way to... How is it triggered? Is there any way to retrieve what might be in the box without falling to my death?
Okay.
I'm back. Did I move?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You see some things. Okay. You see that, first off, there are many pits in this hallway. There's a pit here. There's a pit here. There's a pit here. And the far edge of your vision, you can see that there is a pit here.
All right.
Okay. Because you rolled a fantastic perception check and you have a +2 for detecting stonework traps and doors, and these pits are stonework traps. You can also see that they appear to be hinged. They obviously swing down because they're pits, but they're not just like giveaway. They're like, like secure latch pits. And you are unsure of the trigger at the moment. You would assume gravity.
Right. In Dwarven, I will warn that there are a number of traps in this hallway, and I will lead my brethren through safely.
That sounds like a dwarven dick move there.
Awesome.
It's such a move of sorts.
Okay.
Fucking half-orc thinks he can throw stuff at traps. See if he can find them himself.
We're all villains then. This is amazing.
This is amazing.
That's a turn, so.
Very good. It is your dwarven brother Thordy's turn.
Thordy looks quizzically at Tim and looks at the wand he's holding out.
I forgot that
Perhaps there will be a time when the balance can be preserved. Would any of the fine magic users here please do me a kindness and use this wand upon myself? If you wish to take a charge, you may so do. He will move from here over to the dragon, to the kind of the leg part. Is there a straight bone there that could be used as a quarterstaff?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to take 2 of them. Tib, fib, whatever happens to be usable.
Fib.
Well, it depends on size, right? And do you look sound? Like, are they still hard? I imagine dragon.
Yes, they are still hard. It is not your friends have determined that it did not die ancient, like thousands of years ago, or even hundreds of years ago, but decades ago.
Okay, so I will wield a dragonbone quarterstaff, put the other one in my bag of holding for against future need.
Okay.
I'm done. Thank you.
Tragul.
Tragul is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Is there anything I'd like to get to here?
Yep, you figure if you move... Well, first of all, did you want to use a perception check? Because the only pit you know of... You know there are more pits. You know there are more pits, but the only pit you know of for sure at this point is this one. Clobber has seen the rest, and he told his dwarven brethren in Dwarven that he will
if you speak
guide
Dwarven,
them,
you know.
But he didn't give, like, GPS coordinates, so...
So I do speak Dwarven.
Yes, but in Dwarven in Dwarven he has not explained the location of the pits, though. Is that correct, Clobber?
That is correct.
I thought he said he said where the pits were.
He said were. He would lead his dwarven brethren down the hallways.
Oh,
but he did not like throw down road flares of an invisible dwarven.
Okay, I'm sorry, that was my mistake. I thought he said that he had done that.
Right. So
in that case, I will do a perception check as well and add 1 to it, please.
Yes.
You may also speak in Dwarven.
Oh, I don't want you guys to know I speak Dwarven.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, so...
Especially after that last move you just pulled.
Yes, you identify all of them as well.
So then I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I didn't find anything else, did I?
You did not.
Okay, then I will... Oh, do I have to worry about ending my turn on the edge of a pit, Aaron?
No, you
on
do
the
not.
edge of a
That's
trap?
only
Okay, it's
for the
only
pit
if
spell.
the pit opens. Okay.
It's only the pit spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the pit spell actually makes the area around it slope towards the pit.
Yep.
But not these pits.
That's not core.
That's not core. That's right.
All right.
Ziggy.
So that should be me.
Yes, it is.
Ziggy is going to announce to everyone that there are many pits in here, that they all should be careful, and that we're stronger in numbers than we are apart. And with that, he will take... how long does this take? He will take 1 action and begin levitating in place.
Okay. You are levitating in place. How high do you want to... You technically have a move, so how high would you like to levitate?
Oh, true. So what are the ceilings like in this area?
10 feet tall.
10 feet tall. Okay, so I will... I guess can I get just a broad description of the ceiling of this area?
Yeah, I absolutely can. Hold on 1 second. I've got a great picture. So you can see the ceiling there. It is completely covered in crazy, monsterish frescoes of... This basically, if you look at the walls and the ceiling, it's basically frescoes of horrible dungeons. And monsters killing humans and adventurers in horrible ways.
Is that a vent above that door on the ceiling? Or is that just a mural?
That is just a mural. That is a picture of a door on the ceiling. Okay. But it is not 3D.
So, for my levitate action, I will move 5 feet up. And so that's 5. And I can move 20 feet. So, let me try the cube. 5, 10, 15.
Well, once you're...
You can only move half speed when you're levitating.
Well, and once you're in the air, you can't move
horizontally.
Horizontally anymore. You can crawl along the ceiling or along the wall, but you can't just move.
Yeah, and it's half speed.
Explain that again. How may I move?
It says you can push against a ceiling to move laterally, generally at half your base land speed.
With levitate, all you can do is float up or down. That's it, unless you have something to pull yourself along,
or push,
or push yourself along with.
You can't even use fly checks with that, huh?
Nope.
Nope.
I have a silk rope. We could tie it around your waist and make you a balloon.
Yeah, that's quite all right. That's quite all right. Ziggy would
throw
definitely...
me a rope. Let's see what I can do to you.
Ziggy, being the experienced caster obsessed with magic, would definitely know this, and he would instead cast Fly. And he can move much faster that way as well. So that's also the one action, so I will... Tricky. So I am 5 feet up, and I will move... Oh, it's not letting me move.
That's because you still got your distance clicked on instead of the arrow in the upper left corner.
Oh, thank you. So 5 foot up and right there, off the ground.
Okay, very good. You are hovering right in front of the box, sir.
Could you repeat that?
You are hovering right in front of the brass box.
Okay.
I will show you. It's this handout here. There's the jackals. And the brass, that's an actual brass box sticking out. There's a hinge in the bottom of the box. The box is meant to open from the bottom instead of the top.
Okay.
Kind of like a pit.
Kind of like a pit. Okay. With that, Dan prods the sheep in the goats and drives them towards the hall. But at this point, they are being completely stubborn and do not want to act. They're just really giving Dan the sass, and he's cursing at them. Damn goats, stubborn goats, teaching the sheep bad habits.
You could say they're being rammy.
They are. Fred.
Bad.
Thwardy, perhaps I could help you with that wand, but first I need to go down and check out this hallway for myself. So give me some time. I will get it on you before you enter the dungeon, if that is what you desire.
Of course, thank you very much. Most appreciated.
Brad, can I see you down in the private channel for just a moment?
Yep.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Hey, you see some writing on the floor when you were looking around on your turn, and I would like to tell you what it says.
Yes, that's
Wait,
what
what? Who'd you say? Did you say me?
No, I said Brad. No. You can go back. You see it says, Asarak congratulates you on your powers of observation. So make of whatever you wish, for you will be mine in the end no matter what. ! Go back to the Tormentor or through the Arch.
Go back through Tormentor.
It says go back to the Tormentor or through the Arch, and the second great hall you'll discover. Shun green if you can, but night's good color is for those of great value, or for those of great valor. If shades of red stand for blood, the wise will not need sacrifice, aught but a loop of magical metal. You'll well along your march. 2 pits along the way will be found to lead to a fortuitous fall, so check the wall. These keys and those are most important of all, and beware of trembling hands and what will maul. If you find faults, you find the true, and into the columned hall you'll come, and there the throne that's keyed and keyed. The iron men of visage grim do more than meet the viewer's eye. You've left and found my tomb, and now your soul will die.
Okay, I got some of that.
Yeah, you read it. It is long. It meanders along as you walked. I'm pretty sure you kind of read it as you walked down the hall. And you realize you're going to have to take... It's long enough and complicated enough. If you want to keep a copy, you're going to have to like get out paper and quill and copy it.
That is something I will definitely do on my next turn. So
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know that I'm going to stop and pretend and do some more perception checks and actually pull out a pad and paper and tell everybody I'm going to start mapping the dungeon and start writing it down.
Okay. And that sounds good. And while everyone else is talking on their turn, I'm going to go ahead and type all that to you in one big long Roll20 private message.
Fabulous. Thank you.
All right, back to the general channel with us.
It's fine.
I'm
Blood-sworn
back,
enemies
Forks.
now.
You can stop talking about me.
We're just getting to the good stuff.
So, Fred, you moved over there on your turn. What else would you like to do?
I will cast Dancing Lights about 70 feet down the hallway, like where it gets to dark, like just beyond where it gets dark.
Dancing Lights is a torch, right? That's 20 foot and 20 foot?
I think it's 10 foot and 10 foot.
10 foot and 10 foot?
Yeah, the torch is light. The spell light burns like a torch. Dancing lights, I don't think do.
Okay. But are you sending one light down there? How many lights?
No, 4, and they'll be all within 10 feet of each other. They'll be like a 5x5 or a 2x2 square.
Yeah, they're 10-foot radius. 10-foot radius.
Perfect.
So 5 and 5.
So, yeah, with 4 of them, I would essentially
and you said you wanted those how many feet down the hallway? About 40?
I'll just ping it.
50? You'll just ping it? Go ahead and ping it. Kind of where Tragul's standing, or ahead of that? Or?
Do you see the ping?
I don't, but I'll be with you in just a second. I'll take these up to the layer, and then we can move them where we want. Okay. Now you can hit me with that ping again if you want. Oh, all the way down there. Gotcha. There you go.
Perfect.
Tragul, you can see that he has lit 2 things in front of you.
Careful, I think you moved a trap.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I did.
You could move the traps to the map layer, and then you
yeah.
don't have to worry about them anymore. I had to do that today with some crap. There was so much stuff in one of my games.
Oh, whoops, except I moved that trap in the wrong location. Map layer.
Yeah, now it gets sad.
Now it gets sad. It gets really sad now. Okay, so that's not right. I'm not gonna, I don't fault you, sir, but I think that's bad advice.
It's fine if you just like left click, move to layer, done.
Get it right, yeah. You gotta get it right.
If you get it right, if you get it wrong, it's awful.
Yeah, it really is. Okay.
Sorry for leading you astray.
I'm like I said, I forgive you. I forgive you wholeheartedly. It's okay. Okay, so that's on the wrong layer too. I got on one of my lights, but that's okay. I can fix that. Oh, Roll20s get a little laggy. That happens. Okay. Now, as I was saying, you see 2 things. Down here at the end of the hall, you can see that there is the great face of a devil of some kind carved into the end of the hallway. I have a description of that.
Looks like a 3-foot elf would fit in there.
It does kind of.
There are no 3-foot elves.
Oh yeah?
It looks like the business end of a shotgun to me.
Ziggy would argue with that. He's living proof.
Fork
And
in
no
the-
real elves.
So, if you guys are listening, a fork in the red tile path leads directly to a leering devil face set in the mosaic at the corridor's end. The devil's mouth gapes wide and empty, and its face is dead black, emitting no hint of light and moving and allowing no light to enter. So the light shines on the devil face and illuminates that, but there is just darkness within its mouth. You also here can see another thing. There's an archway there. It is filled with green mist. And like I said, as you can see on the floor, the red path forks, and one path goes through the center of the archway with the green mist, and one goes right up to the center of the devil face.
And if it's not an action, I'll tell my unseen servant to stop digging and to step into the dungeon for now.
Okay. Okay, it is Talia's turn.
Fine, Pippi, fine, I'm coming. And she will move to there.
Very good.
Done.
Lucky.
Alright, so all I know is there are lots of traps. I don't speak the gibberish of dwarves, so I don't know where they are. But I did hear Ziggy holler out that there are lots of traps in this room, correct?
That is
Yeah.
what I conveyed.
But not...
And
Go
you
ahead.
did see my movement.
Okay. And
Because
you're
you
not
were right behind me.
floating in air or anything. So,
I don't fly like the fairies.
good, good. So, could I walk in the same steps of Trey Ghoul to bravely follow behind? Let's see.
Yeah, you could probably match his movements. It was only 6 seconds ago, after all.
If I look for traps, that's going to be a move action, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Alright, I would like to do such a thing.
Okay, no problem.
Perception +1. You gonna roll that for me and let me know what I know?
I am.
Alright.
You look about, and you actually don't see any of the pit traps.
Yeah.
You'd seen this one before, though. No, you hadn't, had you? Yeah, you don't
Nope.
see any of the pit traps when you look about. You've been
Okay.
told they're there, and you know where Trey Ghoul walked, but you can't see them.
Okay. I am going to walk where Trey Ghoul walked, just because I can't see him doesn't mean that doesn't happen. And end up there. Is that going to work? I go straight up and
Yeah.
sidestep. That's a single move for me.
Okay.
And
Very
I'm
good.
done.
Ginger is still chanting. And it is Drangan's turn.
Let's see, just running all the way here, 10. Caught up with part of the group again, and I will just say go. It's the most I can do.
Okay, Pippi.
I cannot believe we're finally here. This is so amazing. She says as she walks into the in there. And she's going to cast detect magic.
Oh my goodness.
I'm blind!
Might happen.
You actually don't detect any magic.
Well, other than, like, I probably detect a crapload of magic. But I'm
no additional auras. Yeah, nothing that's not
I'm
hovering around
intentionally
your
selecting. I'm
companions.
ignoring all the
You're selecting.
players.
Yeah. In the GIS world of detect magic, you have turned off friendly layers. Anyway, great. Yeah, you don't detect any additional magic. Tim.
Tim. What's Tim do? Tim comes here and will spend some time checking things out. So he'll...
Yep, he will perceive down the hall.
He will. Got all my
skills
in that regard.
I do. You see no traps, sir. It is an honest to goodness hallway. Straight shot to the end.
Right, but I've been told otherwise.
You've been told otherwise.
I will spend more time doing that.
Oh yeah. Right, you will take a very close look, taking a full round action to do so. And now you can see that there is a trap here, but you see no other traps. I don't get the full round till next turn. Oh, I thought... Oh, you moved up here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. You see nothing, sir. Forget what I told you. Suspend your disbelief. Delanid.
So the orc will saunter up as well and kind of peek down the hall to try and figure out what Tim's looking.
Careful, Tim says.
Step right where I step and do not move forward.
Sounds good, boss.
You see nothing down the hallway, Delanid. It's a stone hallway with a lot of busy artwork on it.
Is it actually light in here other than the magic spells?
Is it light in here other than the magic spells?
It must be dim.
No. You are seeing light coming in from outside because it is a bright sunny day outside.
Okay. But dark vision is what, black and white stuff in here?
Yes.
Cool.
But the hallway really is pretty much at least dimly lit between the dancing light cluster down here and the light coming in the front.
Okay. Cool.
That sounds good. It is Clobber's turn.
Alright, I will advance.
Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I need to take care of something real quick.
Alright. That's Clobber's single movement. And then I will proceed further down. I also asked, does anybody have any chalk or something else I can write on the stone with?
Wow. I do in fact have chalk. I in fact have way more chalk than I need.
So Clobber, how did you get that far on a single move action? You're a dwarf, aren't you? Oh, you're a monk. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. That is pretty That is pretty fabulous.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Why don't one of you that have moved through the hall mark the squares that have been safe?
Which is why I have asked for chalk.
But you asked like after you moved into the front of the pack.
I'm a monk. I'll just wander back and forth. I don't care.
Hey, cool thing. He can move faster than he just did.
Fog of War, is it a 20-foot wide corridor that we're walking down?
Yeah, you should be able to see all of that, Lucky.
Yeah, so it's 20 foot wide though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I have one shaft of light kind of goes through by the second pit trap, or a second trap that I can't see, but from where I am.
Try refreshing your browser. I had to actually exit my browser, I had to quit my browser and actually restart and get back into Roll20 before my fog of war actually started showing what I should see. So
well, I've got the little search going right now.
I believe Fred said he had the chalk.
Yes, I have much chalk on me.
So do I, and Talia also has some.
Well, if anybody's willing to lend me some, I will mark off a path.
Well, you just gotta come back, Jelly Bean.
Yeah, I'll come back. It's not like it gets very far from me.
I'm also happy to just direct people.
Fine. I will direct you to get to me on your turns. Since I go last.
I mean, I imagine we'll finish out one more round, if that, and that'll be the evening.
That's true.
Been a damn fruitful evening, though.
Compared to last time, yeah.
Some of us are in the pit, or in the trap. Dang it, in the tomb.
It is all of the above.
You know what, Brad? We're so close to the end. I'm gonna send this to you in an email afterwards. How's
Sure
that?
thing.
Yes. Sorry about that.
No, that's just
Move
easier.
on. That's just an easier way to do this. It is Thordy's turn.
Alright, so he'll move up as well. I can get to there. Can't see anything, so I have to move to there. And that's actually takes me a full round, or full action to get to that point. So, I'm done.
Very good.
Is there a free perception at all?
Is there a free perception? There is not. There's a passive perception if someone is using stealth against you, but you must use a move equivalent action to actively perceive things which are hidden like traps and secret doors.
Okey-dokey.
Unless you're a rogue with the trap finder, the
Yeah,
talent.
then it just goes off when they're within 10 feet. Tragul.
Tragul is going to do another perception check, and then he is going to pull out pen and paper and start mapping and writing where all the traps are, just so that he can give everybody, pretty good descriptions to make sure nobody falls into the traps.
Very good. You begin chronicling away, sir. Ziggy.
Would I be able to determine through some dungeoneering or some other check how I might be able to open this box?
Oh, it's quite easy to see how you open the box. There's a hinge on the bottom, and it looks like it would just open, like a chest turned upside down. It's like the jackals are holding the chest upside down.
But the box is definitely fixed to the wall.
Yes, the back side of the box is definitely affixed to the wall.
Okay.
Do it.
Do it!
Box.
I am going to open the box. What's in the box?
Oh my goodness! So you open
Curtain two.
You open the box. It slides down, away from the hinges on your side. So the box lid opens down around the wall, so it's flush with the front of the box now.
Okay.
There's presumably an opening beneath it.
Nothing came out.
No, nothing came out.
Stick your hand in it.
Well, I mean that.
I would advise
that's
to look
technically
first.
two actions for me, given what I sent you.
Yep, it is. So you've flown in front of it and you've opened the box. Dan the drover here is going to attempt to get those sheep over here.
Why can't he see in the box? I don't understand that.
Okay, so like, it's a box upside down. The hinge is on the front face. So he opened the bottom of the box, and the hinge now is hanging flush with the bottom lid is hanging flush with the front of the box.
Up under it? to see
Yeah,
that?
he would have to like fly down kind of and look up underneath or reach up in and feel. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Dan the drover attempts to get the sheep to come to pasture, and they're not behaving. And now he's thrown his cane and he's stomping on the ground in a fit of rage. Fred.
Dan, what am I paying you for over there? Get those goats over here.
He's like, you have paid me to herd the flaming sheep and the goats, but they're not listening. You didn't tell me you bought stubborn goats.
Jackass goats.
That's alright, Dan. We have some time. Just get them here.
And with that, folks, we are going to wait until next time to find out if Dan has successfully herded the sheep. I'm going to leave you in suspense on that horrible cliffhanger to see if the sheep will enter the tomb. You have, but will the livestock? That is the question. So, until next time, we bid you
Thank you
adieu.
again for running this.
Anytime. See you next time.
Thank you, Aaron. Yes.
Yes, thank
See you
you.
next time.
Oh!